know, it's your boy Melly Mel, and as you can see, have a little different setup here. There's not as many mics set up. There's not as many chairs set up because we're doing something new here at 806 The Show, or 806 Productions, as you will, however you want to call it. Sometimes I just want to talk, sit down and chop it up. I don't really want constraints all the time and a structure. So I figured, you know what? Sometimes I just want to have a conversation. You feel me? So this is a new little podcast or show. I don't know, whatever you want to categorize it. Content. Everybody wants more content. I'm calling it Sunday Conversation. And gracefully, one of the hottest DJs around decided to be my first guest on Sunday Conversation. So please, all the fans are watching, make some noise for DJ Stamz, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us, sir.
Thank you for having me. It's an honor.
It's an honor. See, I love when people say that. And then he did say during the message that it's an honor. I was like, damn. I love that I think we're becoming somewhere that, you know, you want to stop by. You know, you want to have fun.
You got good traction. It's a very known podcast. That's what
I see. Literally my 15-year-old son, who I just got a text from his mother telling me that how much driving school is. That shit blew my mind. Driving school. I have a son who's about to go to driving school. But he was telling me that, like, it's crazy. He was telling me that, like, yo, hey, he's a sophomore in high school. He's like, hey, a lot of people are talking about you. I was like, did you tell him that?
High school?
Yeah, at Salem High School. I'm like, did you tell him that, you know, you're my son? He's like, nah. So I don't know whether that's just because he's embarrassed or just like he don't want the hype. I don't know. I wouldn't want it. Yeah, I'd probably not. I say something crazy out here. Oh, your dad was shitting on this guy.
Yeah, you don't want that.
Nah. But all right. I'm floored. Like I said, Sunday Conversation, there's no contract. We just going with the flow. We just having a conversation. You might hear voices.
Talking.
And you don't know who the hell's talking, and I'm not gonna let you know who the hell's talking. You're just gonna have to figure it out on your own. But because you're a DJ, I wanted to start this show a little different, right? So this is the beginning of the podcast, beginning of our interview, like the beginning of your night, right?
Right.
So what song are you starting off the podcast? What song are you putting on right now to start off the night? What's your one of your starting songs? Obviously, crowd depends. Look at the crowd we have, just in case.
That's a lot of Dominicans in here, bro.
I feel you. I feel you.
I mean, when we say start the night, because we know each other outside of the podcast. I'm at the point in my career where I probably 9 times out of 10 am gonna go on last.
Yeah.
Like 12 to 2 or, you know, whatever the last 2 hours would be. So right now, I think the biggest Dembow song is Bing Bong. Yelene?
Yep.
How you say your name?
We don't even know.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm white. See, I'm Italian. I don't know.
The good thing about Dominicans is, like, you don't need to know
That's
who
a big
sings
song,
these people.
That's a big
You
record.
don't need to know lyrics or what the song is about because we don't care. Like, back in the day, remember that song, Nueva York, or Maria Se Fue? The song's about Maria just, like, leaving the dude, and it's a hit.
Yeah.
So Dominicans can make a song out of anything, especially Dembow. Dembow's pretty
That's very true.
simple. I can make Dembow song. I'm pretty sure if you give me a hot beat,
I think you could.
I think I could. I'm pretty talented.
It's tough for me too. Like as I get older and take, you know, baby shower bookings now, and now we have the company that we do the private events. You know, if I'm at like a heavily Spanish speaking like baby shower or, you know, a quinceañera or something like that, they'll request Dembow, and I don't have like clean or dirty. I just have one song, so I'll play it, and some of the mothers are like, and I'm just like, yo, I have no idea what the fuck they're saying. Like, that's on me. I'm sorry. Can I swear in this podcast?
Absolutely.
Oh, okay.
I swore like 7 times already.
Okay, so I was just like, you know, I don't know. So it's funny you say that. I feel like anybody can make a Dembow song.
I think I can, dude. I think I really.
They're getting shorter and shorter. 1.5 minutes. Some of these.
That's
songs,
all you need.
You know what I mean?
I think the length of songs, period. Because I remember like songs back in the day, these R&B songs, these ballads are like 7 minutes long.
Remember in high school, it'd be like 3.5 minutes long. Like Lil Wayne had that last verse.
Bro, you got
like
2
it's
minutes.
always like 3 verses and last.
And then
one,
you have like
yeah,
album
on the last
motherfuckers
one.
are dropping albums, 21 tracks,
Minute
and the length of the album is 58 minutes. I'm like, that doesn't add up. That means it's like 2 minutes, 2.5. Like 2 minutes used to be, you know, the verse, then the hook.
Mm-hmm.
That was the first 2 minutes of the song.
Not your boy Chris Brown though. I know you're a big Chris Brown fan.
What you trying to say?
Nothing. Listen, I have a fiance who loves Chris Brown.
Bro, we're at the stage like the light skins just have to stick together because we've had 2024 was tough for us. Let's be real. Biggest rapper in the world, the biggest light skin in the world, our champion, unfortunately, lost. Yeah, him and Chris Brown, that's our champions. If someone was leading the light skin like the team,
Drake and Chris Brown
at the top, and like they're the general. That's Barack and Biden right there. They're the front of the line for us. So the biggest one takes a loss to a dark skin nigga from Compton. That's tough for us.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know if you know, but I'm big Drake guy.
Are you?
Like very big in Drake. Like that's like my guy. So the last year was kind of crazy.
So that's
ups and
interesting.
downs of it.
We'll definitely dive into how you became DJ and thing, but let's just dive into that. So after the whole beef, the Drake and Kendrick shit, clearly like the world split. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So how does that affect like a DJ? Because like,
bro,
Drake still has bangers on bangers on bangers. So do you not? Are you giving Mark Kelly treatment? Are you getting like the...
Nah. Listen, the R. Kelly treatment is only a New England thing. I want everybody to know that.
Oh, really?
Well, more of a Boston thing. Because when I do the R&B parties in Florida, in Tampa, Connecticut, New York, they're playing R. Kelly. Like
I don't think you could have an R&B party without playing Robert. Like he's the king of R&B. We call him Robert because we're cool like that.
You guys on the same? Yeah, you guys.
I mean, no, we're not on the same. Hold on, man, come on. We're not on the same. We just like the music,
But I mean,
continue.
Just a Boston thing. But I will say, to dive back with the Drake and the Kendrick, when Not Like Us, like when they were going back and forth with Family Matters,
yeah.
Then the Meet the Grams, and they were going
Euphoria and all that.
Yeah, they were going back and forth. When Not Like Us like hit, like it was on YouTube first, then it was streaming. That first weekend, I think I was at Venue or Icon, somewhere in Boston. Mm-hmm. And like I tried to do some slick shit with like a little 0 to 100, like a good Drake pump up song, and people were just like, nah, like even like, and mind you, we're older, we've been out, you've been to a few of my events back in the day, like Boston is very college right now. Yeah. A lot of the college kids are running the scene, and they're like, nah, like this ain't it. Not Like Us, like rang off so hard, like they were just, hey, minor, like. The first weekend.
I was at a wedding in Punta Cana and that shit came on and the place erupted.
And I bet you even like the resort people knew like
erupted. The mates, the staff who haven't spoken a lick of English the entire time I was there. A minor.
Yeah, like and it's crazy when you think about it. Me being like a little older now, and way more reserved than I used to be, and like diving into music like that. Like he's really calling somebody a pedophile, like
crazy
on like a national level. Then the Super Bowl. Your Super Bowl was crazy,
sued, man.
Yeah. So I mean, me being such a Drake, like I love Drake. Like I remember growing up, I was real young, and I used to like try to find like. Remember the Square One Mall? There was this random store you sell like those like that Piff mixtapes.
Yeah.
I never forget. I heard Drake and Lil Wayne. I'm Going In. That was a crazy record at the time. And that's what put me on to Drake, and then I, found all of his other stuff.
I think Ransom was my first Drake song.
Yeah, so there you go.
I think Ransom was my first, and that was like I was in somewhere in college.
And that's just how it was. Like, and then the last year has been rough for me too, because I'm a Drake guy, and I play a lot of Drake in my brunchettes, like some of his like earlier R&B stuff, and even this club, like Drake has hits.
Yeah,
like, he has a long catalog. Personally, for me, I think everything was really down bad up until he just released his last album. A lot of people are hating on it. There's a lot of in between. I think it's up there.
I think Drake made an album for Drake and Party Next Door. Made an album for Drake fans.
Yeah,
so obviously, if you're fucking hard with Kendrick, that's not. Yeah, that's not for you.
Drake definitely kind of. And my boy Cammy was talking about this on his podcast. Like Kendrick took the flag and was like, Not like us. This is that West Coast shit. This is where we're at. Like
it's hard.
That old school like West Side.
It's so hard to beef with the West Coast.
Right. And then Drake came out with his album, and he was like, okay, you know what? Like fuck it. I'm gonna get back to what I do with all the samples, all the transitions, all the word entendres, all the beat switches.
Yeah, it's tough.
And this is what the East Coast is on right now, because I was kind of East, like Nokia is a very East, like Jersey, East Coast, Cash Cobain.
Getting heavy play right now, Nokia.
For me, the way it switches to Miami bass too. You know, I go to Florida, like, I was going once a month. Now I've been, you know, kind of like every 2 months, every 3 months. But, you know, I DJ in Florida a lot. Miami bass is huge all through Florida. So Nokia is probably ringing off there. I'll see when I go in a few months. But off the newest one, you know, Brian Still and Nokia are like two of the biggest club ones.
Okay, all right. So let's rewind back. Let's go back to the beginning. I'm assuming, and you know what they say about people assuming. There's a lot of music in your household growing up.
Yeah.
That led you into. So when did you think that even DJing was a possibility? Because we all we all thought, you know, we all played radio. I don't know if everybody's that old. Back in my day, we had something called imagination because we didn't have fucking all these video game shit. I had to use my imagination.
You're right. Yeah.
So I remember me and my brother sitting here and be like, yo, you already know next song, Ja Rule put it on me. And then we played a song, and the next song, all right, Ja Rule came with a killer. Oh shit, look at Ho dropping Money Cash Hoes. So when did that?
How old you listen to Money Cash Hoes, bro? Like 11, 10, 12?
Man, that's what I
Crazy,
my
right?
brother, here's a famous story where he brought, what was it, the Hot Boy CD to show and tell, and it was like 3rd grade. So you can see where our life was heading. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, where did the love, and where did you thought, like, all right, the DJ could be a thing I can do?
Yeah, my mom was single mom up until I was like 9 or 10. So like just growing up, like, you know, she was pretty hip. She's a hairdresser, you know, Italian lady hairdresser. So she'd always listen. She was a big Ja Rule, Ashanti. She loved Nelly. I remember she would have like the CDs in her Honda, and she had like Usher was like her big CD. Like that was one of the first ones that I had. And I remember going like back in the day to like FYE and the Tower Record
Sam
Store.
Goodies and shit.
Yeah, Sam Goodies definitely. Like, I don't know. I just kind of was drawn to it. Like even as a kid, maybe I probably have some type of autism, to be honest.
That's cool.
But like, it's just like, I don't know. I was just drawn.
2025.
I was drawn to
like
the beats and the music and the 808s. And, you know, I remember my first CD ever was DMX, My Flesh Is My Flesh, Blood on My Blood. Yeah. And I had to beg my mom. She's like, you're not getting it because of parental advisory. And I'm like, Ma, like, come on. And she,
yo, my dad was on that parental advisory shit too. I'm like, y'all be cussing all over but I can't. My first one was Jay-Z Volume 3. That was my first CD I ever bought.
That's a great record.
And because my father was my father, it was censored.
Yeah.
I think my first 2 albums were censored, unfortunately.
That, and then, but I also like, you know, remember you was going to like the CD, like any CD store, they had like the top, like the 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way through 20, like the top 20 CDs, like the Billboard. So I used to be like, who's in sync? You know what I'm saying? I grabbed that. You know, like I just had a knack for it, kind of. Yeah. And then when it really picked up was, you know, we all had a home computer growing up that we all fucked up with LimeWire. I was a culprit of that. I used to just LimeWire a million CDs and just be like, oh, I want to see like how a DMX song sounds before playing like this song by this artist. And then like I just kind of like, you know how LimeWire was, you could just search Lil Wayne or like any artist and get the craziest stuff, like, you know. And that's just what I started doing. I started burning CDs, and that's when I was like, all right, this is pretty cool. And then that transitioned to like, you know, playing ball and playing football and, you know, on the buses with the Walkman. And my boy's like, yo, like, where'd you get this? I'm like, yo, LimeWire, dude, it's nasty. Like, go ruin your family's computer with it. You know what I mean? Like, that's kind of how it was. And it just kind of took off from there, bro. That was like early, like middle school, junior high. And then, you know, as we got older, you know, we all wanted to go out on the weekends. And 2 of my boys were DJs. And then like 4 of them were DJs. So I was just around it. And, at some point, they were like, yo, Stamz, like, what's a good, like, this kind of song right now? Or, like, I need this genre. And I'm like, yo, like, I was really into, like, obviously after LimeWire, like, Crash and Burned, you know, Dat Piff, all the mixtape stuff online. YouTube is huge, you know. And I was just, like, really drawn to it. And that was in high school. And then just took off from there, really, to be honest. But it's, like I grew up around a lot of music, yeah. But like nobody in my family was really like a musician, if that like answers your
No,
question.
so I grew up in the dance hall era. So I remember literally that's where I would hear tracks, and we didn't have what was it? What is the shit where you put your phone up and you can listen? Is that still around? Shazam still around? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, Shazam, yeah.
We didn't have that, so I would literally be like, "Yo, damn, I'm gonna forget this girl's name. What was something Davis, some chick,
Kim Davis.
yeah, it literally, bro.
Sometimes.
Yeah, it literally took me. I think I was a senior in high school. Senior in college. Before I figured out who the fuck was like singing that song.
Bro, it's crazy. If we jump forward a little bit, when I was like starting my like career, like as a DJ, you really realize quickly the different, because being from Somerville, Medford, Everett, like we were huge on dancehall. But like when you cross the bridge and going to Boston, like no one was playing that shit. But then when I would come out, to Salem or Lynn, like you guys up here were big North Shore. Like 978 had its own like dancehall sound. Like, and that actually, when I would take what I learned up here at my gigs and play them in Boston, like, whoa, he's playing like different dancehall. Because they thought dancehall was like, Vibes Cartel or
the BC.
Yeah, like Sean Paul, shit like that. But like the 978 sound that you guys created out here is like wild. And like I still play it to this day. And that's why some people really do fuck with me like as a DJ, because I stick to my roots and like what worked back 10, 15 years ago. But I'm glad you brought that up, because dancehall was huge in the North Shore. It still is, bro. Like
absolutely. Like I'll be sitting outside at a convenience store and you could hear the fucking Honda Civic with the subwoofers dropping and knowledge still getting played.
Yeah.
From 08.
Yeah, it's crazy, bro. It's nuts.
Do you remember your first gig?
Yeah, my first gig ever.
Paid gig.
Paid gig. Now,
first paid gig. See, now there's a difference.
Yeah, so I was doing like basement parties, house parties, for just, oh, I'm having a party. My parents, how it used to be. My parents are gone. We're going to fill the liquor back up with water when everybody leaves. I'm like, we need a DJ. I'm like, yeah, I got you. Just and that's what you should do.
Yeah.
That's kind of like you build, exactly. You fall flat on your face. I was probably terrible. And then you just kind of like, you work your way up from there. My first pay gig ever was Hurricane O'Reilly's in Boston.
I remember.
Yeah.
I think I'm still banned from there. Is it still around?
I think so, yeah. It's still
there was a time where we were collecting like band bars and band clubs. Bro, we were savages. Well, just I remember, we would show up to every party and every club like 15 to 16 deep.
You would just
and just dared somebody to like blink at us.
Just Thanos in all the clubs,
all
the
of
bars.
It, all of it, just collected. I'm done. Pickled Onion, I'm pretty sure I'm still banned from that.
Pickled Onion. See, now that I'm
banned from there.
I've been up here for a year and a half. I love the North Shore. I'm a North Shore boy now, through and through.
All right, welcome.
I fucking love it up here. Pickled Onion, I haven't been to yet. I heard I'm not missing much.
You could probably skip it.
But yeah,
To be honest, because I used to roll. I had a friend who passed away, DJ Bofka, Johnny, rest in peace. Who we would go around and do these little bars. Kind of how you started. Yeah. Unfortunately, we never got to like get there. Yeah. But we Pickled Onion had the same owners as Murphy's back in the day.
I used to do Murphy's a lot. We had Murphy's on Smash, second floor.
I'm trying to think if I even want to mention this woman's name. The person you talked to, I'm not gonna mention her name. I don't know if did you talk to a woman when you did Murphy's?
So back in the day, bro, when I did like Murphy's, and I know and we'll get into this, how legendary Causeway was.
Of course.
For all of us and for me and my career itself. Like that was all through, TJ and Jordan and them. They would facilitate everything and be like, you're not booking a DJ, we have our guy. Like Stamz is our guy. He does all of our stuff.
Oh, gotcha.
Because, back then, people weren't really playing hip-hop and dancehall. It was more like house music and top 40. So when we came in, they were like, yo, this is a lot. Like, we're bringing in dudes with hats on, with fitteds, because I have a very mixed pot of a following. Spanish, black, white, like everything comes in.
That's
what
I was going with. This is the same issue we had.
Right.
I've never had, usually, we play for the crowd. Obviously, Murphy's crowd. Murphy's crowd is very diverse. So you're playing your house, you're playing all this stuff, right. But then I'm gonna slip into dance hall. I'm gonna slip into.
You have to. It's a North Shore.
And I remember this dude really pulled me aside, because I was the promoter. I was the guy, like, if you wanted to request a song, if you wanted to get my attention, obviously, so DJ doesn't get bothered. You talk to me.
Yeah.
He pulls me to the side and he's just like, "Yo, there's white people here. Stop playing that shit." And I was just like, bro, like everybody's having a good ass time.
And that's how it was back in the day.
And
bro.
then,
you know what I mean?
and then
Unfortunately,
yeah,
like,
and then
you know.
unfortunately, you say people came in with the fitteds and the hoodies and stuff. All it took was one fight, and then
yeah,
we're out.
that
of
was
there.
that was a big thing when I first started. A lot of owners and somebody at Murphy's did pull me aside once. Some older white gentleman.
I know who he is.
I don't know. I listen. It's been a long time.
Yeah, I feel you.
I can't say that I was an angel back in the day. You know, I drank a lot, I smoked a lot. So like to have that recognition,
as I'm taking a sip of my
yeah, to have that memory of like, oh, this guy's name was so and so, and he
No,
killed,
no,
like,
I'm not gonna throw.
you know,
any
but
names here.
it did happen a lot when people would be like, okay, let me see a video from like one of your nights. They're like, whoa, this crowd is like super diverse, and I was playing everything. Like there's different terms in the DJ market. I'm an open format DJ. I can play any party, for any amount of time, any kind of music, you know, and that's what being open format's all about. And I feel like I was always that way, and I never like saw anybody for. Unfortunately, like people would look like, you know, you're Spanish, this kid's black or Asian or whatever, and I wouldn't see that. I just saw him as like Mel.
Yeah,
he's coming out to, you know, drink and support us. You know what I'm saying?
have a good time.
Exactly. So
That's
like
the way we saw it.
exactly. So there was a lot of that though.
Has that gotten better?
I'm not saying up here, just like everywhere, bro. Like
But
downtown.
has that gotten better? Like club
way better,
owners
way better now. A lot of club owners are very hip to the culture now, bro. Hip hop culture is huge right now.
Yeah.
I would say over the past 3 or 4 years, clubs locally, nationally, have made that transition where they still have their, you know, house and EDM and top 40 nights, which do great. I can play that music for 4 or 5 hours straight. I have, and I will this year. But hip hop's like in right now. Like urban culture's in, you know, like that's what everybody's doing. Like, you know, people are wearing, you know, sneakers to the club again. Back then I had to wear Clarks or Wallabies.
Bro, back then,
yeah, they had to wear like
there
a suit and tie.
I wore a vest 3 years in a row to New Year's in venue, bro. First of all, the fact that we did venue 3 New Years in a row.
I know what vest he's talking about.
No,
I can see the picture.
Yo, because all of us, we all did it. Don't act like I was the only nigga wearing vests.
Nah, you weren't.
I did, nigga. I was pretty hip with whatever the style was at the time. But that was the era where you had to dress up.
But thank you, because you're validating what I'm like.
Yeah.
You're understanding that, you know, I was behind the decks, but you as a consumer, damn, I gotta drive, you know, 30 minutes to Boston. I gotta get a bottle. I gotta pay to get in. You know what I mean? And I gotta dress the fuck up. I can't be comfortable.
I don't know whether we were talking about Fritz before we started the podcast or before. But this motherfucker one time, I forget the club's name. It was in Randolph. It was a Spanish spot.
Oh, Mojitos.
No.
No?
It might not even be around anymore. It was a while ago. But we pulled up, and Randolph is not down the street from Salem. It's a nice little drive.
That shit's far from Salem.
Yeah.
You're
So I
being nice.
pull
That
up,
shit is far.
bro. So I pull up. It's just me and Fritz. I'm going to meet some girl because I was young and stupid, and I would drive, you know, just convince. Come on, bro. You know, Fritz, come on, bro. I'm like, come on, bro. Just come. She got friends. Let's go. I pull up, bro. This is the waiting in line days. Thank God. I mean, I don't go out. I'm not flexing. I don't do that anymore, but I don't really. But back in the day, this is the waiting line, 20 minutes, 30 minutes in the cold shit. Get to the front. Bro, they didn't let this nigga in because he had like a burn hole in his pants. First of all, I looked scared like, bro, he's wearing black pants.
Yeah.
So how the fuck do you even see a burn hole?
That's how it works.
Second of all, my Fritz, and I don't give a fuck if he's mad for me telling this story. Second of all, like we didn't even smoke on the way up. So you put on pants with a hole in it.
With a burn hole in it, yeah.
She's like, damn, what are we gonna do? I was like, oh, I didn't know this nigga was French. What do you mean we? My pants are fine. You gonna sit in this car. I'm gonna go inside. Good luck. I think they let him in the last like 25 minutes. You know, Fritz, he's persistent as fuck. He must have
been out there, yeah.
The security, he's just like, bro, just go.
He probably big smile. All right.
Thank you. He just walks in.
He's the best. I met Fritz back like when I met like all your boys too back in the day. He's a fucking funny ass dude.
He's a character.
He's a character, yeah.
He's just his life of the party, man. You don't have a bad time with him. Sometimes you wish you could like dial him back, but like
you can't. That's him.
You can't, but that's him. That's what I love. Like, you know, sometimes just like I remember what party where we were at. I think you were there with us too. Or like we were just like it was all like I think it was like Mike's the kid's christening or something. We were at somebody. There was a house somewhere that was like, damn, this house is huge. And me and Fritz was like, everybody else had to live regular drinks. And Fritz was like, yo, I got the Henny in the car. I was like, go.
Oh, that was that was Mike's daughter's baptism.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice ass house.
I was like, go grab the Henny.
Yeah,
and you can tell Liz looking at us like, God, stop. I'm like, go grab the Henny. So we're the things. Everybody else like hors d'oeuvres and nice, a taco bar and everything, nice house. And just me.
Yeah, I remember that. I had to go to work. I wasn't drinking, but I remember that.
That was a good time.
Oh, man.
All right, let's get into some special questions.
Okay.
This is when I get serious. You saw the leg cross? Yeah. You saw the leg cross? This shit gets serious. But yeah, I was going to say that. They say you can tell a Dominican's age if he starts crossing his legs.
Yeah?
If young niggas, YNs, or however y'all want to call it now, they said like this, you're chilling. When you get to past 35, 36, nigga, you just chilling with you got, you know what I mean? You're like an OG, you just sitting there like, you just be asking questions like this.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
You should get to it. You try it. All right. Comfortable, huh?
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, whatever, nigga. If you could do, all right, let's say you're at the point of career you're closing right now. If you could pick 2 openers, dead or alive DJs, to open up your biggest part. This is like your extravaganza. This is your night. Everybody's here. Let's say you're doing your birthday bash.
Okay.
I don't know if you ever DJ your own birthday. I wouldn't, but
Nah, yeah, but I know what you mean.
Give me 2 DJs like you want.
I would open for them though. I'm gonna flip your question because
you know what, you're right.
You know what I mean?
You're right.
Because it's like it'd be DJ Kid Capri would be one of them. 100%. Like there's no.
Yes.
He rock any party like.
You know, I remember this DJ Kid Capri from like the Spring Bakes on MTV. Back in the day.
Him with like
I'm showing my age, huh?
Is crazy. Like bro, I used to watch videos of
he did
like
Def Jam too, actually.
Bro, he's done everything. He actually just did Mix 360, bro.
Really?
And I was pissed I had a gig. Like that's something I would have like literally went to. Like I would have like, yo, I'm not DJing tonight. Like I'm going, but it was just so last minute. He'd be number 1. And number 2, to rock a party that I want to rock with, definitely. Let me see. There's so many DJs that I like and that I follow and that I watch how they move and I try to take little things and how can I implement that? Not their sets, but certain things. Mm-hmm. I would say Kid Capri is number 1. A close second. It could be. You said Dead or Alive, right?
Dead or Alive.
Probably. J Master J. I don't know.
So you like the pioneers. You like the OGs.
Yeah, bro. Like so, when I was first coming up, like that was my due diligence. I was like, all right, if I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna like,
you're gonna learn the history.
I'm gonna really do this. Like, you know, if I'm gonna profit off it and make money, I have to make it in a way where my mom and my family is like, what? You want to be a DJ? It's like, yeah. Look, like I broke this shit down. Like this is what I can do. It took a long time, but you know. Like pioneers in the game, bro. Like there's always so much you can learn from them. Now these kids have like, I hate to come on here and trash them, but like John Summit or like these TikTok dudes who like what they do is cool. Like all that tech house and the TikTok shit, like it's cool. It's a little lane. It's a vibe, but it's not gonna last. Like when you can do open format, like and learn on, like I learned on vinyls, bro. Like I learned. So
you were OG. You were vinyl dude. There's not a lot of like.
Yeah, my first like year DJing was. It had just become that first year that Serato came out. So, but the year before me, dude was carrying like vinyls. Like
so to the normal person watching this, who might be over the age of or under the age of 30, who obviously don't remember, explain how different it is from DJing vinyl to like now the Serato where you just could literally just make a playlist. And
it's way different, bro. So like growing up, if you were to DJ like a club, a bar, or a party before the year of like, I think it was 2000 and I'm dating myself, maybe 8 or 9. Serato was like in beta. It was out, then it was fucked up, then they redid it. People had to literally be like, I'm playing a reggae party tonight. I need to go to the vinyl store and get a Bob Marley, Buju Bon. I need to get all these records. and you had a mark on the record with each song, and like you could still scratch it, but it was all headphones. Like there was no laptops. Yeah. And think about that. Dudes are carrying crates upon crates upon crates, and then your speakers, then your wires, then like bro, it was a lot. It was no just, I show up to some gigs with just my laptop now. Like Serato is for those who don't know what it is, it's a DJ program that 90% of DJs use. Virtual DJ was a big one, and some DJs still use that. Excuse me. But Serato is just you download a song into your iTunes and it's in your Serato. That's how easy it is. Good. You load it up into your Serato and you can cue it just like when you write when you would write on a physical record. You can just cue it 1, 2, 3.
Oh yeah.
Done.
So when we were doing the parties, my DJ would literally go to the bathroom and I could at least give you 2, 3 songs. So I'm just literally following.
Yeah.
You know, click. That puts it into the queue.
Yep. You click it
the
there.
little glowing little buttons is where the little thing.
Play. Yeah, and that's just what it was. I mean, thankfully, I started after because all those crates is carrying it. But I mean, like, but you know,
but it gave you like
my first year. You know, I had to get equipment.
Yeah.
So I mean, it was all digital, like CDJs digital. But what I did do is, so Craigslist. I mean, it's still big. Craigslist, kinda. It was huge back in the day. Yeah. Craigslist was huge, and people was once Serato came out, people were like, oh, them old turntables are fossils. No one's gonna use them. I bought 2 of them. Just for the crib. They're still in my mom's house, probably somewhere in the basement, collecting dust. But, the needles, and you learn how to weigh it out so your needle feels good so you can scratch, and you set them up this way. Like, you just learn things, bro. It's just being a student of the game that I did. And that's why when you ask me that question, those 2 DJs for me were people, I'm like, oh, he's rocking off that still. Like, Kid Capri showing up to gigs still. Like, in his contract to this day, in 2025, they gotta have 2 vinyls for him, the mixer he wants, and then he uses his laptop, obviously. But like that's what he rocks off of.
That's dope.
That's just crazy to me that like people are still doing that. And a lot of DJs nowadays, you put that in front of them, they'll have no clue how to even plug it in because it's wires. It's wires. Like, you know what I mean? And just I feel like the era we came up with, especially for me being a DJ in that era, was perfect because you learned a lot about everything. Just DJing in general.
All the old shit. You got to appreciate the history, and then you were still young enough in the game that when the technology changed, you would just adapt. You're
right.
Like, oh, I still have the knowledge. Like you can sequence songs because you had to sequence songs on record.
Exactly, and it changes every day, bro. Like last year, I don't know if you know, Tidal signed a deal with Serato, so Jay-Z streaming thing. So now, you could pay $19.99 a month if you're a DJ or an aspiring DJ, and you can plug your Tidal into Serato. And you don't even gotta download a song, bro. You just search like Drake and then give me a hug, and it just pops up, and you just use it. As long as you have Wi-Fi and it's good Wi-Fi, you can use that. I'd be saving my ass at some gigs nowadays sometimes because I'm so busy now. Like if we're on the road somewhere, or if we're doing something, or if I just have a busy ass week, I don't have time to download, what came out the last 2 days. I just boom, Tidal done.
So. I heard back in the day, I don't know if there's a thing, is the DJ pool thing still a thing where like, I don't even know how that worked. Like I heard like you had to, how did you get songs back in the day? Because obviously before the streaming services, that's the easy one.
Back in the day, there's a lot of DJ like record pools. I'm gonna shamelessly plug a couple that I'm affiliated with, like MP3 Wax has been around for years. DJ City is new. DMS is one of them, Direct Music Service. So that was like created by like the real nerdy DJs. Like back in the day, like they were just like, you know what, we've been DJing for years, and now Serato's out. They were like in their 40s, you know what I'm saying? So they were doing it in the 80s and the 90s. So they transitioned into like making these record pools where they literally would take their vinyls, bro, and record it into like their laptop and make that into MP3 and put that on the website. Pay 10, 19, whatever it is a month, and you can just direct download right to your laptop. Now, did I always download music legally? No. It's real big, like datpiff.com. You download it.
We used to use the YouTube Converter.
Yep, YouTube Converter.
Shit, right off YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube Converter is good. But with our program, sometimes when you get the YouTube like link, the levels are kind of off sometimes. So it sounds like distorted, bass boost.
Yeah, some of them sound like it's a music video. You can kind of tell that it's not an audio file.
And as a DJ, bro, if you're not particular about your music, some music videos be having like breaks, like little skits in the middle,
Yeah.
and you just be like looking away, like, oh, what the fuck, and then like, you know what I mean? Like it's crazy. It happened to me a couple times, but yeah. So record pools still exist. I think a lot of record pools are not dying out, but because there's direct streaming now, right? Like through Tidal, and just there's so many DJ conglomerates where if you know you're like an artist promoting your record, like me being a Shadyville DJ and on Shade 45, I get emails nonstop of like, oh hey, this is like this is the Drake album, dirty, clean intros, outros, all that kind of stuff, and then oh this is Kendrick has
Before or after release, you get them.
I get them like whenever they drop.
Okay.
I sometimes get it before, but it all depends how close we are like with that artist as a conglomerate.
Yeah.
If so being on Shade 45, if a label is like, hey, Stamz has his show once a month on a Friday. I have an artist from New York, a new artist that's signed to RCA or Sony, who's like, Chris Brown, Taylor Swift, they're all signed to those things. We want to push his record. They'll give it to me early, and I'll put it on my show, something like that. But that's like the only case I'd be allowed to drop it legally. But that's another thing too that's kind of killing the streamers. The record pools is a lot of people are just. It's a lot to talk about, bro. Like a lot of artists are signing like really bad deals right now. Like
of course.
they're getting one big song on TikTok or Instagram, and they're signing a crazy ass deal.
Jello had one hot song, and this dude saw like what $5 million deal.
Right, and his song actually, he signed to.
It's Def Jam.
All the music buffs are gonna get into me. He signed to Def Jam, so Def Jam will push his record. So me being on the radio too in Florida, the A&R would be like, "Yo, we're pushing Jello's record like this week and next week and the week after. Like Tweaker's on there. Like make sure you play it. Like that's one of those records where you're like, again, thank God he comes from money because like to have the streams he had on that song and to go that viral and it's time for $5 million, that's a terrible deal.
Yeah.
Because $5 million is. Bro, to roll out a song, it costs like $800,000 on like a lower end. To roll it out to every platform. Think about every radio nationwide. You gotta shoot a video. You have to engineer it. You gotta pay for the beat, studio time. You gotta tour it. Like, bro, it costs a lot of money when you break it down. And I've been around it. Like, I've seen the process. It's wild. So like, I think just with everything going on, I don't want to say that these record pools will die out because obviously DJs will all keep it alive. But I hope there's young people watching that, if I've heard of Stamz and I know the podcast. Let me look at his thing. I would say if you're a young DJ and you got, exposable income of $20 a month, sign up for one of these things because there's all genres on there. Rap, hip hop, top 40, country, pop, like everything's on there. And it's years of before what, like you can go on one of these things and I can find songs from the 1990s on there.
Yeah.
That's just, you know what I mean? I hope it stays around, but I'm not sure.
Another question I always wanted to ask about DJs. How can someone like, who's the dude from DR who's number one DJ in DR right now? Adoni. How can he YouTube?
He's from Lawrence.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. How can he, like, you ever see these YouTube mixes online? How the fuck they don't get taken down by copyright? But if I put an intro on my podcast song, I get a fucking email from YouTube within 5 minutes.
Bro, I will get.
Who you know?
That's a great, 1,000%. So Adoni is a great dude. He's from Lawrence. Yep. We used to DJ a lot. Adoni was, how can I put this?
You ever gonna get the little heart like he has?
Nah.
Come on, bro. You light skin. You can pull it off.
No. My fiance would break up with me. So Adoni did a big circuit where he did a lot of clubs and he's a good DJ.
Yeah.
And no one should take this the wrong way watching the podcast. He was what we call a mid-set DJ. So you have an opener, a mid-set, and a closer. So he's worked mid-set with me, and I've came in and DJ after him before, which is it's humbling for me too to see his growth and take off. Adoni saved a lot of money, and he got that beat, and that's what he did. Music video, like I said, it costs money. Yeah. But being a DJ, he would make good money doing that. And he had that one song went viral, and he was so smart to just follow it up with another one. It took off. But when he puts out those mixes of him smoking the hookah, like New York behind in the Bronx, it's an hour long. So technically, it's a DJ performance. It's not like a podcast intro, But again, if you look up some of the mixes, some parts are muted for copywritten and some parts aren't. It really is all about who his management is and like who you know, like within YouTube. I don't know if you guys like, how big are you guys on YouTube? Like, do you know Steve Will Do It? You know who that is? The Happy Dad dude. So I had affiliation with Happy Dad for like the last 3 or 4 years. I was like trying to DJ for them, and they would send me like promo packs and free liquor and stuff, which is awesome.
Great.
So shout out Happy Dad for that.
Want to send some free liquor to the 806 show?
Yeah.
Gladly take it.
Yeah. So Steve was on YouTube, doing pranks, and that's how they started. And YouTube was cool with it. And I don't really know the whole extent of what he did, but he got like a little risky with one of his pranks, and they just banned his YouTube permanently. So think about all the money, the income, the monetization gone, all the ad revenue gone. Then he went to Twitch, and then Twitch found out about YouTube, and then they took him off. Now he was on Kick. But he's a perfect example of somebody who, bro, I hate YouTube. I think that the way they control it is terrible. They could be much. They're huge, but like what they could do for small content creators would be amazing.
The fact that like, I mean, we are being seen now. We've been more known.
Yeah, no, of course you are.
But the fact that you're on my ass when you're making billions of fucking dollars.
That's the thing.
Like Mr. Beast makes what, maybe like, I think I saw $300 million a year from YouTube.
And he'll put any song he wants and they won't copyright it.
What you think they're making? If Mr. Beast is making $300 million off them, how much you think YouTube's making off Mr. Beast?
Right. Through ad revenue and stuff like that. So that's the thing. If you ever like pull up in a Donny mix, there's ads in between. There's ad revenue. Yeah. So, God willing, 806 this show blows the fuck up. You guys are on a great,
appreciate
course to do that. And then when you do get the ad revenue and stuff, then YouTube will be like, oh, okay, well, he got 1,000,001 views on this video. We'll let it slide. Now, is that right? Absolutely not. Because it is not. But I mean, that's just how how it is. That's how the business world is right now.
It's all about money, man.
Yeah, but Adoni's killing it, crushing it. And I didn't mean anything by him being before me, but he hit a stride. And sometimes as a DJ or as a creator, you hit that stride.
Those YouTube videos during COVID when we were sitting at home bored and he just...
Right.
You look at... my favorite ones are the ones when he's in DR and sitting in the beach for...
You go to... Like, when you go to other countries, like I've experienced this. Like, we go to Aruba once a year. They'll play his mixes on the TV, but plug it into the speakers.
Yeah.
Because it's easy for, an all-inclusive resort, instead of booking a fucking DJ for 12 hours a day, you just play a DJ's mix that is in Spanish, so people really don't know like what he's saying, if it's bad words or whatever. Yeah. They'll just play it. Barbershops play him all day long, bro. Because then you're going to be, okay, I want this song. Nah, just play a mix. You know what I mean?
Those smart. Those DJ mixes definitely.
I'm doing one in April.
Let us know. Blast that shit all over the place.
I'm doing one in April. We're going to do it at where I get my haircut out here, Barber House in Peabody. I'm going to set up a bunch of lights, a bunch of speakers, and just kind of like do it live from a barbershop. And you can only hear the audio of the music.
All I ask, you give me a spot in the background.
Whatever you want to do, yeah. That's what we're going to do. We're going to be open for the barber's going to be cutting hair, and then everyone wants to come, just come, have it catered, that kind of thing. Because you got to have it. Like, bro, I know you guys see like all these new DJs like in somebody's like apartment, and there's people behind them like going like, yo, that's crazy. So it's really not that crazy, bro.
No, I know.
Like it's just it's very simple stuff, but it's great marketing. Like if I was like, yo, Mel, bring a girl over, bro. Me and Giselle throwing a party at my house. All the liquor's on me, all the food's on me. Just throw on a fly fit, and just whenever I do something, just hype it up. You'd be like, fuck yeah, I got you, bro.
any
and you being you,
any
like,
transition.
Yeah, and you being you, like fun guy like yourself, you get a little drunk, you be on like, oh, go ahead. That's what people are doing right now. And that's what's making the money through the ad revenue. Because the more views you get, the higher it climbs. An ad is like, all right, cool, a low-level ad. Like a low-level ad would be like, like a local brewery or something like that. Would be, oh, yo, we're a brewery in Beverly and Salem, and Stamz, you from out here now, and your mix is going crazy on there. We want to put our ad, a minute and 30 seconds in. I'm like, all right, cool, we'll talk to my lawyer, we'll get on it. This is what I need from it. So, they think their ad's going to do this, and it does that. Then you get to 1 million views. That's when, like, Snickers calls you, or like so the Red Bull. That's when the
who's the one? Oh, where's one? Where's the one we were trying to get? The boner shits thing, the boner pills. That's trend.
Oh, Blue Chew.
Once you get on Blue Chew, a nigga made it, bro.
They sponsor everything, bro.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
They're everywhere,
That's we got we got to go for the low dangling fruit, nigga. We got to know we can get Snickers yet, but I can get a Blue Chew. I mean,
Yeah, and that's the big thing because they'll be like, "Yo, we want to put on every 806 before like your intro comes on, and then before you introduce that guest, there's always an ad, and that's how you set it up."
That's dope.
Yeah.
All right. Quick question on DJ etiquette. Like you say, you're closing right now, right? Most nights. Obviously, it doesn't take a genius to know, or most people know when you go out. The bangers, the hottest songs in the world are dropping last 5 songs of the night, last 10 songs of the night.
Yeah.
So what is the etiquette where the mid DJ or the front DJ plays one of these tracks?
This is a great question, bro. I'm so glad you asked this question.
Because I'm a confrontational nigga, and I might have to say something if that happens to me.
I'm very confrontational. Oh, so
He's like, I am too, bro.
I've been better, I will say. Giselle, a friend of your show, has been a blessing in my life for a long time now. But
she's all right.
I was very, very confrontational. Very, my mouth would get me in trouble, but I could also back up my trouble, and that was my big thing. Where I was like, if I'm saying this, it comes from a place of respect.
Yeah.
So I would say over the last 10 years, bro, if you're an opening DJ, you need to do your due diligence of who's in front of you. I mean, well, after you.
Coming after you.
Yeah.
Yep.
So if you open it for Stamz 5 years ago, hip hop was taking off. Like we had like the Causeway days, bro. That's way more than 5 years ago. But let's just take Causeway days. I'm the resident DJ. It's sold out every weekend. There's a line down the street. We have a system of how we do things. If I book you to open, you're not gonna play like Bad and Bougie and like Beebs in the Trap, stuff that was going crazy back then. Like,
hell yeah.
Hip hop was actually in a great place back then. We had great songs. You're not gonna do that. The ASAP Ferg, the work, like not gonna happen. But if a DJ came in and played banger after banger after banger, and they looked at me like, all right, it's your turn. I mean, this motherfucker got some balls, bro. Like, I like that. Like, I didn't take disrespect ever, but I'd be like, yo, bro. Like at the end of the night, I pull him aside, like, yo, listen. Me personally, I don't care that you did that. I said somebody else might like blackball you from that club for doing that. Because for me, like I said, being open format, there's so much music. It happens to me now, bro. Like there'll be a young cat from somewhere just gearing up, like, because I probably do the club, bro, like downtown Boston, once a month now.
Yeah.
Super wedding forward. I've been doing a lot of like dinner parties and brunches, and that's just where I'm old, bro. My knees hurt. Like,
I feel you, bro.
That's where I'm at.
That's
So
you see me.
Yeah,
Like all these promoter guys, like, and I get it. I was a promoter too. Like that's your job. But like you hit me up and I'm looking at you like, bro, I haven't been in a club in like 6-7 years.
So
a brunch, you might get me out.
Exactly,
a dinner,
bro.
you might get me out.
But throwing my own shit this year, it's been great. So like, how to pinpoint that to what you asked me is like, now that I might book a couple of my boys to oh yo, you go first, you go second. The thing is, like, when I do go into the club now, if it's not my event, if I'm just a guest DJ, it's definitely 12 to 2, like, most of the time.
Yeah.
I be trying to, like, she laughs because I try to be like, yo, can I do, like, 10:30 to 12? They're like, why? I'm like, kind of be tired, I want to be in bed. Like, well, bro, we're booking you because you're staying. Like, we want you at 12 o'clock. I'm like, it's cool.
I'm tired.
But yeah. But the thing is, nowadays, if a kid's coming up, they might do that, and I don't even blink an eye. I'm just like, all right, he shot his shot. Like, what
You play it again?
Hell yeah, I play it because I play it way different.
You'll hear that conscious like, he played this way. Let me,
he might
start at the second verse. Right. Let me start at the hook instead of like.
Exactly. When I play a hot song, I look at ways to like. There's certain parts of songs that I'll drop, and if I hear you in a mix or in the like club dropping a song like that,
mustard.
I'll drop it from there and then take it back. You know what I mean? Like, and there's my boys. We all have our little critiques and not critiques, but like techniques to like do things and drop songs different ways. But if I hear you drop a song like the same way as me and then into another song that I've done before, I know that it's disrespect. You know what I mean? But I mean, I don't really. When I was first coming up, I did that, bro. I was an opener. Cool, I'm about to burn you.
Yeah, because you're trying to,
because I'm
trying to get my shot.
I'm climbing my way up. Yeah, exactly. And a lot of DJs will say the room isn't there yet. I understand that. Like 11 o'clock at venue right now, it might be, it's cold out, it might be dead. Yeah. But if you have like, 3 bachelorette parties, you got your boys over here, you got shit going on, play what you want to play, bro. I can reset the party with some Drake, some Kanye West, some Candy Rain. Like I'll just reset it real quick with an R&B set, and then go from there. You know, it's all about if a DJ gets real butthurt in his feelings over shit like that. There's so much music, bro. There's so much music. Back in the day, there wasn't that much music because, like I said, clubs were transitioning from the house shit to the hip hop stuff, and Dembow wasn't.
I think that's what got me out the clubs.
Dembow wasn't a thing, really.
That got me home. I was
yeah,
like, you know what,
yeah. Like Dembow wasn't like DJ Scuff, but like that was like the pioneer of it. But like wasn't really. Now in a 2-hour set, bro, I'll go R&B, I'll go Latin, I'll go like bachata, I'll go dance hall, back to hip hop. Like and then that's 2 hours. You know what I mean? So back in the day, it was like, damn, hip hop's kind of catching on now. We have a 2-hour set. Like it's got to be heavy hip hop for 2 hours.
That's dope.
You know what I mean?
All right. Another random question. This is just questions that I've always wondered about DJs.
It's a Sunday conversation, bro.
It's a Sunday motherfucking conversation. See, the Sunday conversation is like, I know y'all hungover watching this. I know you probably went out. You probably went out to see this motherfucker. And he had you out till 2:33 in the morning killing y'all. So now you can just sit here and just watch us, drink your water. I was thinking of coming here in the bathrobe, but I felt like, a little disrespectful to you. Like, this thing comes out fresh. I think it's in a fucking bathrobe.
It's all good, bro. No disrespect.
I thought I had a black couch. And I was going to say that this is actually the casting couch. I got you the real casting couch. Don't worry, we Lysol wiped it down, but I couldn't find the couch. I couldn't get it, so we just...
That's good, I just...
I feel you, All right. Sorry, it's gotten a little left, Okay, that's why I don't want to drink on these days. Private, like baby showers and parties, what is the etiquette with these motherfuckers feeding you? And when do you go eat? Because back in the day, that we would just stand and just... Normally, we did a lot of baby showers, a lot of like Spanish food, abundance of Spanish food, but they're just feeding you. They're usually good, but we've been at some places where you're just sitting there like, you can hear your stomach grumbling, like, damn, man, listen, y'all can't give me a plate.
Baby showers, now that we have the wedding company, I kind of cut back on a lot, I'm not going to lie to you, but the etiquette for me, shit, like if it's like one of my boys' baby showers, like I'm eating first. Like... Because I've been there.
I'm the only nigga working here.
Let's not beat around the bush, bro. Yeah. Like if you're at a Spanish baby shower, I've been there for 4 hours and people just showed up.
Facts.
It starts at 7.
That's bad.
And people get there at 10, and then
That's true.
You eat by 11. So I'm starving. I've had like 12 Coronas because I can't say no to somebody's abuelo or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So that's the etiquette though. But baby showers itself, now in contract. At 617, we don't eat. Weddings, we don't eat. We don't eat at all. We eat before and after. Because we just think it's kind of unprofessional. Like, if someone's in a picture, you're like, in the background, over my stuff too. Little rice gets in there, it fucks everything up. Trust me. So
that's true.
Some companies do, some companies don't. We don't eat, unless it's like a diet situation, like if you have diabetes or something like that. Like, you
carry little snacks here, little cheese and crackers.
So...
The fiance have a little to-go lunch in a brown paper bag?
No. Nothing like that. We're actually doing a shameless plug for Nutre. We're doing the Nutre meals. I've been on it for 6 months now. I lost 20 pounds on it.
I was actually going to get to that because I'm trying to get healthier. Obviously, if you know me, I've had a lot of years of being outside and drinking and stuff.
Bro.
Unfortunately, it caught up a little bit, so I'm trying to...
You're speaking to a mirror,
and
bro.
I saw...
You know what I mean?
You're online. There's something similar happened to you. So what? If you don't want to get completely into it,
of course, bro.
What?
I haven't spoke about this. So just so you know, like to anybody yet.
So what happened? Because we knew you had a health scare, and now that we offered you, we're Dominicans. We offered you 5 drinks in 5 minutes, and you said no, which is good willpower, more willpower than I have, obviously.
So I haven't said this out loud or to anybody yet.
That
like
Sunday conversation
on
exclusive.
a social media scale. So like, last Christmas Eve. I went to the club, and this is like I'm drinking heavy. I'm eating like shit every day, and I'm just, like we were going out, eating bad, like out to dinner, just not like tracking anything. And I actually fainted when I got home from the club. And I got all my blood work back, and they were just like, dude, like everything's mad low, like your blood sugar's high, like you're 190 pounds, you're 5'6", 5'7". I'm not the tallest person in the world, so I was like short and pudgy. But that was like pretty much a big health scare for me. And I think what the diagnosis was I was super dehydrated from smoking fucking 3 hookahs that one night, having a couple drinks, and just not drinking water. Like I never really drank water and like that. So that happened, and then I didn't take it seriously. I was still ordering out, not going to the gym, still drinking. Like we would go to her friend's house on a Sunday to watch a football game, and I would get bent, like in somebody's house, like bent, like fucked up. And like, don't get me wrong, I can still party with the
VSOP days.
Yeah, you know what
we
I'm
would
saying?
get a VSOP for every Sunday, and then we would be upset because we ran out one and get 2 bottles.
And get 2 more.
And we'd be 3 of us, bro. And we'd get 2 bottles for the 3 of us, and then the next day, literally death.
And don't get me wrong, like, bro, I still party. Like, we go on vacation, I party with, like, I can still, motherfucker, I can still hang with the best of them.
Oh, I try.
Don't get me wrong. Like, some of these young cats try to test me, they learn pretty quick. You know, I'm like, don't fuck around.
We've been out here for a while. We've been out here.
Shit, you know what I mean?
We've been out here.
Like, I've DJ'd, like, my eyes closed. But, so, fast forward to, I want to say, probably, this was in June, July, August, probably like right when the fall hit of this past fall. I had this weird lump in my throat. I don't know what it was. And she was like, "Oh, it might just be like a little sore." I'm like, "All right, cool." It went away, then it came back gigantic, bro. Like and then I had a fever with it. So I was like, you know what? Now I gotta go to urgent care. They took my blood again, and shout to this urgent care lady in Beverly. That urgent care kind of sucks, but she was on it.
Most do.
And she was on it, and she was like, "I just want you to know that your vitamin D is like dangerously low." I'm like, "Oh, what is
cool.
That?
Yeah, all right."
She goes, "Well, we live in the East Coast, so we don't get a lot of sunlight. Normally, it should be 27 to 30. I'm like, "Oh, what's mine? 20?" She goes, "Yours is 11."
You Casper, you ghosting.
So, all right, cool. So then I start researching it because I get like really nerdy now because I have a lot of free time. It's not good. Like your bone density is and you could like die like very early from it because vitamin D is tied to your immune system.
Okay.
So that on top of me still being like just overweight, I didn't like it. And she took my blood work and she's like, "Yeah, like everything's high. Like you have the blood work of like a fat fuck pretty much. And like you're just too short to have that blood work." So leaving the hospital. So I was kind of nervous because they didn't know what the lump was. And I'm like, "Oh my God, bro.
Yeah.
I'm going out sad. Like God forbid I have like throat cancer." Because you know how we, as men we are, like we don't really get to talk about our stuff, like our feelings. And like, we're just men. Okay, cool. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, it'll be all right.
Yeah, that's how we were raised. So
throw some Vicks on that shit.
yeah, we'll figure it out. So then I was like, damn. And then I was like, all right, cool. So I sat there in the hospital bed waiting for the result. They're like, "Oh, no, you're good. Like, thank God. It's nothing crazy. We're just going to give you this like crazy antibiotic. It should go away." It went away. The next day, I hit up Valentino. He owns Nutre. I was like, "Yo, I got to get my health right." He's like, "All right, cool. I'll give you half off a bunch of meals." Start it up. It's easy. You track all your calories. And then I was like, "Let me join the gym." He put me on with a trainer, my boy Bouchard Fitness, Mike Bouchard, bro. A lot of trainers out here bullshit, and this kid knows his shit. Down to your macros, your calories, your fats, your proteins. So he was like, "Okay, like you're not in shape." He was like, I can get you in shape. What do you want to do?" I'm like, "Bro, I want to lose this and I want to get here." He was like, "Cool, this is your calories, this is your protein. It's on you. I'm not going to babysit you, you know?" We worked out in the gym together for 3 times a week, became 4 times a week. Now I'm 6 days a week, just Sundays by myself. And I was 190, I'm 170 now. And I was like a gross 190, bro. And like, not that I don't drink anymore. I just haven't had a drink since October.
That's good.
What I mean,
I wish.
When I say had a drink, I mean like a pointless drink where because I don't drink to get drunk. I drink to be like fucked up. Like I want to have fun. I want to party. Like if I'm gonna take it, and especially now with these calories, if I'm gonna take some calories, I'm gonna take them all.
Yeah, I'm gonna enjoy this shit.
Wow,
that was wild.
But so pretty much, we went to Aruba, and I was like heavy in the gym still, and a little bit of wine at night at dinner, maybe like 1 beer here and there. I was like, all right, cool. Like this is where we're at. And right now, like I think this summer it'll be a good test of like, you know, drinking here and there and seeing what my tolerance is looking like. But you know, tequila sodas, like no calories. But bro, like it was time. Like it was very. I never spoke with this either, so it's crazy to say it like into a microphone in front of a camera. But it was very eye opening, and I did want to say. I'm glad you asked me because a lot of people ask me like, "Yo, what happened to you?" I'm like, it's not really your business.
Yeah. We were at the point 2 years ago where like I was getting the shakes, bro.
Yeah.
like if I went a couple days without drinking, I was like, bro.
It used to feel weird for me DJing and not like drinking.
I know.
Like it just says it's normal. Cause I'm around it. And so are you. Like we're just around it, bro. It's just so much. And then like plus, you smoke?
Yes.
I was smoking a lot of weed, a lot of hookah. Like, bro, we would go down to Tampa and like I just fly through. Like, bro, one hookah, 7 refills, half a bottle of
refills. You need help.
Don Julio.
7 refills is crazy,
bro. I was in that.
Like 3. So I have a beautiful hookah at home that we call Lucille. Right now she's very upset with us, so we're not really on speaking terms. Because she I think we use another different hookah. You know how like you go pet another dog and the dog and you come home and the dog knows? Yeah, she knew. So she would with our hookah, the first refill, you good. Second refill, you good. Third refill, she's pissed off because you overused her and you gonna fucking feel it.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, and I've been DJing in Providence for damn near 11, 12 years now. That was like one of the spots that I went and started doing when people weren't doing it. They've always had hookah, bro. So like that was you. Like I just was always around it. I had my own hookah when I lived alone. So yeah, it just wasn't. It was a really bad lifestyle, and I'm old now. Now that I'm older, you can.
If
feel
I could
it.
guess, I would say a lot of DJs probably have a similar issue because you're in that lifestyle. I mean, I think once you get to a certain age, everybody grows and maybe they've learned. Like you have learned to like maybe balance it. But I'd say if you're a DJ in your 20s. In your early 30s, you're probably very dehydrated. You're eating shit. You're eating fucking Bill and Bob's when you get out. Whatever the fuck is open, dude. Like what? If you end
Whatever
at 2,
was open, I'd eat.
if you end at 2, you're getting out there 3. Where the fuck are you eating? Nothing good.
Food. You gotta think like that was the lifestyle that I lived for.
Guess what's up, man?
9, 10 consecutive years, bro. You know what I mean?
Like, glad. You know what? Let's cheers some water. Let's cheers. On a more healthier lifestyle.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I still drink. Like, don't get me wrong. I just it has to be a good occasion.
Well, I'm gonna take a sip of my alcohol right after that. What you mean? Balance, fucking balance. All right.
When you drink, what do you like?
Okay.
I love asking people what they drink now because at our age, it used to be Incredible Hulks and shit like that.
No, that's crazy.
And Long Island Iced Teas.
If you even say the word Incredible Hulk to me as an adult, you're probably getting kicked out of my house.
If someone's asked you to drink that, they're probably homeless.
Probably.
Yeah, I mean,
it was probably you're probably driving by him when you're like, Incredible Hulk. Nah, man. So
my kid watches that on TV. The fuck you talking about?
I know. So I want to apologize. I know it's not hip. I know it's not cool anymore. But I'm a Henny boy for life.
Okay.
Now, what you niggas is laughing at back there about my Henny shit, y'all niggas been goofy, giggling the whole time, little schoolgirls. That's why you don't give drinks to your producers, nigga, because they just be giggling.
Henny's one of those drinks, bro, like, it's always going to be in my life.
It's just hard to avoid.
Yeah.
I've gotten older. Now we don't do regular Henny anymore.
VSOP.
VSOP. Yeah. We're doing a little better in life. Sometimes the XO, if, you get a good... You hit a parlay, VSOP. Now on the days...
Hennessy white, the pure white?
See, I'm not a fan of the pure white. I think that's
too sweet, right?
Like... People like Henny White, I think they're on sale in U.S. now, right? I think they're finally on sale.
Are they?
I think I saw it. But that's why people like it.
Yeah,
because
it's
you
like
can't get it all
exclusivity
the time.
type thing.
Yeah. So, if it's not the Henny, talking about exclusive, my favorite drink in the world is Barcelona Legenda.
What's that, a rum?
That's a rum. That's a rum from DR. That I literally, if I find out you're in DR, if I see you on the snap in DR, bro, I'll send you the money. You grab me too.
The craziest drink I had from DR.
Rugal Legend. I'm sorry.
There was a liquor. This is years ago. Is a scorpion in the.
Bro, don't even bring it up.
It's you know what I'm talking about.
Stamz.
And like little. So it looked like tobacco in there.
I got some homework for you. You're gonna go to 806 the show. You're gonna scroll through the episodes. There's one that's called the one with the Scorpion King. You know Kwame?
Yeah.
Hoopin'? So I had him on. He's a very good basketball player, and on 806 the show comes out every Thursday. Like to subscribe. And what most people do, I've told people to cut it down. This is health wise. I've told people like, yeah, I appreciate you guys bringing bottles to the episode.
I just said that to her. We're leaving the house and we have mad bottles of liquor from our engagement party, and I'm like, should I bring back the bottle? She's like, no. I was like,
thank you.
She said, word for word, they'll be drinking already. I was like, all right, cool, all right. I was like, all right, cool. Because that's how I am, bro.
She's
Like,
right, she's
you're
right.
asking me,
No.
so I'm gonna,
No, I
that's,
appreciate it. And a lot of people...
I'm that kind of guy.
And
you know what I mean?
we've been blessed with a lot of people do that.
Yeah.
Kwame brought a tequila that had a scorpion in it.
Is he? But he's not Dominican.
No, I don't know where the fuck he got this shit. So we taking shots. So I got to the bottom of the bottle. I was like, all right, who's going to take the scorpion? I said, fuck off. I'm not taking that shit. Obviously, I'm the host, so they're on me. My co-host.
This is on camera?
This is all on camera.
I can't wait to watch this when I go home.
It's the co-host, like, everybody's obviously egging it on. Come on, come on. I'm like, nah, all right, we'll spin the bottle. Whoever lands it takes it.
It landed on you.
Nigga, it lands on me. I'm like, bro,
Hey,
I'm not.
At least you tried to be like, nah.
I'm not taking this shit. Hard no, I didn't take it. Fast forward. We have a 1-year anniversary party. The clips are out online. The whole episode was not released because I blacked out during it and I couldn't release it.
Yeah, so I think it's like a reposado tequila because it's darker.
But so we're doing the host. I think for a 1-year anniversary, we had like a crowd. We had a little crowd here.
Okay.
We set it up. So I'm talking to the crowd, and then Bina's like, oh, yeah, I got some shots for y'all. I'm like, cool. I'm already drunk. Bro, the scorpion was in the fucking shot. I took the fucking scorpion.
The little one?
Oh, my God. It packed with tequila. The rest of the shit was a wash. That's why I couldn't release the episode. So, yeah, that's online for people to watch.
It's just like, I don't know.
Like, why? Like,
we was at
is
a
that
party.
fun?
I don't even know who I was with or what I was doing, but it was like, that was at the party favor of the party. You know, when you was in high school or college, like, I just remember drinking it. Like, it ain't that bad. And next thing you know, I was my best man that's going to be in my wedding. He had to carry me.
Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you.
I didn't even say anything.
He had to carry me to the nearest bathroom and strip me butt naked and put the shower on me because I was like dead.
Oh, the shower. That's like the
And
last.
I was in there talking
get to the
crazy,
shower.
like, yo, I'm fine. Like, Scorpion, fuck that Scorpion shit. Like, I was done.
Yeah, Scorpion's no joke.
That's the craziest liquor I've ever been a part of. But yeah, I mean, you said you're a Henny guy, VSOP, all that, you know. Tequila all day long.
Oh, I drink tequila because my girlfriend's Italian, and not that Italians only drink tequila. I don't even know why I had
Italians,
to. I don't know why I had to specify her race.
We do limoncello.
I'm not a fan. So another thing why I had to get healthy is because y'all fucking love pasta, and I gained a quick 15, 20 pounds off that shit.
Yeah, you gotta get the protein pasta, bro.
I don't even know what it is. All right, quick question. Speaking about pasta, you can only have one. I don't want to make this so morbid, but like I was gonna say, like
morbid
death meal. Good vocab word, right?
Yeah.
Journalism degree. Check it. I don't want to make it mean, but like last meal, and it has to be Italian. What do you have? What are you having?
Oh God, bro, that's a fucking loaded ass question.
It is, man.
There's gonna be Italians watching this that are gonna be like, this motherfucker better say this or you better say that. I would say, me personally, that like it could be anything. Like it just has to be of Italian.
Yeah. You might say something I've never heard of. I've learned a lot of new food about.
Definitely my nani, my grandmother, definitely her lasagna.
Oof. It's a good lasagna.
Or a manicotti, which is just kind of like a roll up, the same thing.
Oh,
yeah. I mean, my bad. You're in it.
I'm in it. I'm in it.
You know now, yeah.
What I learned.
Because that homemade Italian is just.
So what
different.
I learned is there's literally 1,800 different kinds of pasta.
Bro, there's so many.
Bro, every time she comes on the plate, I'm like, what is this? And it'll be some weird name. And I'm like, I've never heard it. And they look at me like, we grew up on rice, beans, and fucking meat, bro. I don't, you know what I mean? Like, I didn't, it wasn't a lot of variety. But I'm a big chicken parm guy, man.
You know, I was gonna say her chicken parm.
Good answer.
Because she just, dead ass, bro. Like, let me just tell you something.
Cool.
We first started dating, right? We're talking. Everything goes well, and we progress to that level, and I move in. So we live together for a while now, and I realized the first couple nights when I moved in, I said, she never cooked for me before. So I don't know if she's a good cook or not. So I moved in blind, not knowing she could cook or not, bro. This girl
brave
throws
man.
the fuck down.
Oh, I know.
Everything.
Oh, I know.
Everything. And especially pasta, which I was like, not that I'm shocked, but it's just like, you know. Yeah. And yeah, bro, her chicken parm is different. And the chicken parm was that first came to my mind, but it was anything, that has to be it. Has to be it.
I want to do it. So you know how Dave from Barstool, goes
Yeah.
around, tries pizzas. I want to go around and try everybody's chicken parm.
Bro, you're gonna get so fat.
That's probably why I haven't started.
Like he be saying one bite and then eat the whole fucking thing.
How the fuck you only have one bite of a
Yeah,
chicken parm?
yeah. But
I'm a big stuffed shells guy too.
Oh, yeah, bro. You got
All right. Other than Giselle's amazing cooking skills in the kitchen, where are you getting an Italian meal from? Anywhere in Mass?
anywhere in Mass.
I just got hip to the North End. I know I'm old, but I just
I'm
got
gonna
hip
give
to
you
it.
one up here, and I don't know if they watch this show or if they care that I'm plugging them, but it has to be Petrillo's.
Oh, of course.
I'm new to
Slaps.
that. Hole in the
Oh,
wall.
hell yeah.
The family's working there. Like, that's when you
Oh,
know.
yeah, that's
you
a
know what I
good
mean?
one. That's a good one. Downtown Peabody.
Galanaro's is very good too.
Yep.
We're not on speaking terms with them, but they're a very good place.
Whatever that means. But all right.
Yeah. And then down near like Somerville, North End, like Boston area, the best place to get a steak is Umbria Prime, bro. Unbelievable steak. Every Celtics game we go to, we always go there before or after. I'm gonna give you two spots in the North End. Rabia's is a low key spot. One of my very good friends owns it. He's hilarious on Instagram too, by the way. And he's just a great, solid dude. And he just keeps to his roots. A lot of the North End places try to go like chic and upscale and get like the Instagram stuff. He just keeps it food. Robbie's is very, very good. And it's one of the places it's like in the cut in the corner.
Yeah.
So if you know, so it's not always too busy. I mean, Nick Verano's my dog. So like Strega, any of his places.
I just went to Strega for
You
the
know what I
first
mean?
time.
I've
in
known Nick
Boston.
for Nick and
Dude,
his
the
son
fucking
Nico for
mafia
years.
movies on the TV. Beautiful.
Yeah, he has a son Nico who has like Sweat House and all that. I haven't really been in contact with his son at all. I'm sure he's great. His dad's the man. Nick's a very good guy. Always good respect when I see him. So Strega's great. She loves Strega,
The girls do.
and she blacked out there one time. It was hilarious.
Not surprised.
But yeah, Rabia's, Strega, Brico, Umbria, all those places. A low key North End spot though, if you like seafood, is Mar Oyster Bar. Mar. It's like in the cut, bro.
All right. Before I forget, because I'm a couple drinks in. You said about the Causeway days. I don't think I'd feel right going through this interview without talking about the Causeway days. So walk us through there, how you got there,
Right.
and just explain the fucking scene. Because I remember, well, I don't, because a lot of blacked out nights, but I think I remember how dope it was.
Yeah, we boys became men inside
Oh,
college.
Lord.
So
In more ways than one.
yeah, so it really just, that place is always gonna hold a special place in my heart, bro. Because that was my first night as a promoter / DJ. That was our thing.
Word.
It all just kind of happened where TJ from Salem,
Yep, Larry.
TJ, Larry, Tian, Jordan Rab, all those dudes were we were doing events at the Greatest Bar,
Another bar I'm banned from.
and we were doing Murphy's a lot. And then
Banned.
I don't know if it was TJ or somebody had went into Causeway and saw the potential in it. They have the upstairs, we
Yeah,
can
it was
just kind of cram whoever you want, underage, of age, upstairs. No one's gonna come bother us, and the DJ's in the corner. You know how it was.
Yeah.
It was a really good setup.
I think we did one night at Causeway one. I think you know what? TJ Larry, I think everybody canceled, I think Mike did one night of promoting.
Mike
ever.
promoted, yeah. So for
One
everybody
night.
watching, Mike promoted one day in his life.
We were there.
and he brought mad people.
We did. I think we did. I don't know if we opened. We might have opened for y'all. I don't know what happened. But I remember calling me. He's like, "Yo, our DJ quit or something or couldn't make it. Can you come up?" We had to drive up. It might have been you. Were you sick that day? You probably sick that day.
I don't know.
I'm playing. But we drove all the way. It was we remember driving up there. I mean, the crowd, we played a lot of dance hall, so it was kind of they were looking at us a little weird, but it was a good time.
Yeah, so we took that, like you said, and we made it into our thing.
Yeah.
I play the dance hall hip hop. So people were like, okay, he's playing this shit. And then it just kind of 100 became 200, and then it was too many, and then the line, and then it was, advanced ticket sales. And then we started doing the baseball tavern. Like TJ, bro, that's one kid, and we were just with TJ. We just went to Connecticut, and I DJ'd at Mohegan Sun and all that kind of stuff. And he does his New Haven bar crawls, and that is just somebody that like gave me a shot, one of my first shots, and we're still cool to this day. And we took it and ran with it. But Causeway was just that spot for us, bro. Like, I just can't put it into words how like of a blessing it was. Like the owners, so it's a collective. They own the Causeway. They also own the Draft in Austin, and they recently opened. I mean, recently, probably like 3 or 4 years ago. It's in Faneuil Hall. It is a Mexican spot, some kind of cantina. They own that as well. And Dave and Tim, if they're watching it, hopefully they watch this. I'm forever in debt to them. They were like, yo, you have a really good gift of like reading the crowd and doing what you're doing. We've had DJs and like there's been some we brought some big DJs in the Causeway, bro. Like big names. Like we have, or like, you know, people that think about it. The Garden has been across the street forever. Yeah. So if you're performing there, you might duck off and grab a bite there. Yeah. You know. So they were like, yo, you have a gift, and they kind of took me under their wing. Like, yo, like do the right things, do this, do that. Like, you know what I mean? Oh, don't do that, or do this with like, oh, your theme night is this, or play this. And no, like they always took care of me, and they didn't charge me a dime to rent the place out every week. You know, we didn't pay anything. We just, you know, we kept the overhead or whatever it was, the cover charges. And there was nights, bro, in Causeway where we first started where I wouldn't make a dime.
Oh, yeah. I remember those nights.
Yeah, like I've done a lot of parties when I first started, like the Greatest Bar, Causeway. But Causeway was that rocket ship that just kind of took me into like the orbit, and I've been kind of stayed up there ever since. And it's because of Causeway. Like when I had that run, bro, I was doing Storyville, I was doing Icon, I was doing well Rumor. But yeah, for those who are my age, Rumor
was the spot.
Icon is Rumor. Like that. Yeah. That's what it was. Venue. Like I was doing them on a weekly basis, and that's because of Causeway. People were like, "Oh, okay." And a lot of people don't know this, and I've said it to my boys whenever they're on a podcast. Like the nights that we had Causeway Friday and Saturday, so I would either do one or the other. That's what would happen. It was probably you. Oh yeah, you know what I'm saying? Same promoters. Yep. But I would do one or the other. So I had to fill my pockets. At that time, I was a full-time DJ. I shouldn't have been. I should have got a job. But so I would go out. And a lot of people don't know this unless they're in it. I'd go to Bijou and visit George, who just sold it. But George is a great guy. He owns Eva. He owns Committee. A lot of great restaurants in the city. And I'd go to his club. And he'd be like, what are you doing? I'm like, oh, I had a night off. Let me get a bottle. Who you with? Just me and my boy. You know, I'd spend like $500, $600 of my own money in his club. You know, I go to venue. On that night off, let me get a bottle. And they're like, oh, this kid is like coming to our, like, as a DJ.
You're marketing
showing, yo, hey, I'm Stamz. Nice to meet you. Okay, Hectic, another great person from his wing. Like, I met him. All these DJs I'm meeting, you know, I'm shaking their hand. All right, you know. And then because I just learned, like, your network is really, like, your net worth. Like, you never know when someone might need you.
Your net worth is your network.
Yeah. Same shit. Yeah. So it's like.
Did I just make that up? Was that a bar?
So it's like.
Google. I mean,
I said it backwards.
Yeah. Google that. I think I made that up. I'm patting that shit. Make sure no one else gets paid off of it.
Bro, like, even if. Back then, I'm living with my mom, right? I have no overhead. I have no rent. I'm fucking just getting fucked up every weekend DJing. If I make $1,000 in a week, I'm spending $700 in somebody else's club. Like, I'm spending damn it to my last dollar to be like, yo, and then guess what? It came back for me where someone was like, yo, we don't have a DJ on Saturday, and guess who they got to call? Let's call Stamz. He does Causeway. He's been in here spending money. Like, he might just be free. Sometimes he's free on a Saturday. They call me, and you have that one set. You pull that shit out. Like, it's go time.
You have that behind the glass?
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to kill you motherfuckers right now.
Yeah, like that one set where it's like, all right, cool, you play that one set. If you're a DJ who takes it seriously, you're good. And that's kind of what happened. You know, I went to Icon one night. I'll never forget. My first time ever in Icon, I opened for a DJ. I don't even think he's around anymore. Cool dude. I forget his name. And I opened for him, and he ended up canceling. And I went from 2 hours to 4 hours. The whole night, promoter was like a good friend of mine, Dimitri 617, a very, very dear friend of mine. He was like, yo.
Dimitri, isn't he from Salem, 617?
Is he? No, I don't know. He was like, yo, you did a fucking amazing job. Here's my email and my number. I think we had we had Blackberries, BBMs back then, or was that a little bit? It might have been iPhones. And he was like, yo, hit me up tomorrow. We're going to get you some dates. And then from there it was on. Storyville, same thing. Valentino, before he was on New Trey and on this health thing, he was one of the best promoters in the city. Storyville, one night was closed. He came to Causeway, and I wasn't budging on my shit. He booked his DJ. I said, yo, this is my house on a Saturday, like when I'm there. So we went back to back, and he was like, I need you on Storyville. I'm like, cool, got you. Boom. So that I went from Causeway was like the stepping ground where I'd make the money there, you know what I'm saying, and spend it in other places down to my last dime to try to be like, yo, think about me. Like, oh, here's my card. I had terrible merch, terrible business cards. I mean, cool at that time, but now when I became terrible, you know what I mean? Yeah. But anybody watching, that's one thing I say. Whatever you want to do in life, you have to pursue it from a different angle. You know, like that's just what I did, and that's why Causeway will always hold that spot, bro. And yeah, we've had great times in there. We've had bad times. We've had times in there where we let too many people in and fights have happened and we were done for like 3 months in a row. Then we came back. Yeah. Like that's just a lifestyle. You know, I did a party there, 3 years ago, a reunion party, and everybody came. You know what I mean? It was sick. But I still go there and drink if we're around the Garden or, you know, not recently, but you know, just go and get some of their tenders and fries. Like that's always gonna be a good spot. And the best part is that's where I met my fiance.
Oh, beautiful. Beautiful.
She came in.
It comes full circle, doesn't it?
She came in. I had the man bun. I had a grill. I had all kinds of shit. You know how
man bun in the grill, huh?
I think I tried to holler, and she was like, "Fuck no."
She said it just like that, right?
Yeah, you know how she talks. As she should. My second time around, this time it's a little different now. A little different now. I stepped our game up now. But that's why I love Causeway. Not just obviously because of her and that, but just because it. And I met Hugh, I met Mike, I met all the North Shore guys that, you know, come to find out, it's all comes full circle.
Niggas who was running shit back in the day, right. Don't let them talk.
Yeah, and now I live up here, so now like it's all full circle, you know what I mean?
Right. Real quick, we're almost out of here, but real quick on the wedding, I want to thank y'all for considering inviting me. That was beautiful, I appreciate it. And
considering, bro, you're invited. It's considering.
I try to be polite, nigga, damn.
Bro, I need you there.
I'm gonna be there, bro. What you mean?
I know it's tough, you know.
No. This is why I'm gonna tell you why I'm gonna be there. My girl would been on my ass about Aruba. I want to go to Aruba. I want to go to Aruba.
Last time I saw her, she did say that, yeah.
I'm looking at the prices like, you know what? Dion got some beautiful beaches, some beautiful resorts. But you know what I mean? It's hard to convince a Dominican to go to another tropical island.
I get that.
Because nigga, we have it all.
I can see that.
You know?
I can see that, yeah.
But then you guys hit me up like, oh, it's Aruba. I was like, 2 birds, 1 stone. So now we get to go to Aruba for an amazing cause. We're going to tear that shit up.
And open bars paid for. The Hennessy's there.
Open what?
Open bars paid for. It's
open
done.
What?
4 hours.
Come on, bro. Don't tell me some shit like that. Do you know who's coming to this shit?
You're needed there, bro. The day before is open bar, too. We set it up, so Aruba's very expensive, yes. We love the island. I've been going there for a couple years. I fell in love with it 2 years ago. Her first time was last year. She looked at me and we were like, yeah, we got to get married here. So we set it up that, you know what? It's an expensive flight. We got you a discount in the hotel. If you're going to be rocking with us for 3 days, as long as you do what we have planned, you're not spending a dime. If you want to go somewhere else to a bar, you want to eat, you do this, go ahead. But that's on your dime. You're on my tab. Wherever you're with me in this hotel.
I am with y'all wherever y'all go the whole weekend. Fuck that.
Yeah, I remember your girl was like, oh yeah, Ruba, I've been down and fucking go there. I was like, oh, hey.
Yeah.
Don't talk to him. Don't talk to me.
Trust me.
I was like,
Trust me.
Get through me. I said,
podcast.
I hate when my friends' girls look at me. Oh yeah, and he be doing. I'm like, listen, he don't do that to me. Like that's my guy. Like I hate being in the middle of that kind of shit. So I was like, yo, talk to him.
I'm just a nice guy. All right, one last thing before we let you go, get y'all home. If you can give any advice to aspiring DJs, it might be a 15-year-old who got a Serato for his birthday.
Yeah.
What do you tell him?
I would tell him what I would have told me. If I could talk to him, I would definitely say, always keep a chip on your shoulder and never, ever, ever think you're too good to learn something each time you DJ. Awesome. You can always learn something from somebody else, from a peer, from a client, like anybody, bro. Like we're never too good, like at anything. Like Kobe was never too good, to, like, you know what I'm saying? Like
Practice.
yes, practice makes perfect, 100%. And always keep that drive. Like I'm not gonna lie. Like over the last few years, I kind of lost that fire, and a few of my boys that are better DJs than me now that came up under me were like, "Yo, bro, like you ain't the Stamz that we used to fuck with. Like the Stamz we know was a dog. Like he could just do all kinds of shit. Like play this, play that." So I got back into it, and the weddings really pushed me back into that stage. I would tell any DJ, don't ever don't box yourself in. There's so much money to be made, and don't do it for the money. Do it for the passion, the love. I mean, now I'm 33. I do it for the money.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. But I have more mouths to feed now.
Yeah.
Like, I have more falling on my shoulders. It's not just, you know, my bar tab on one night and then me going home. Like it's a lot more that goes into it now. But I would say those three things: don't box yourself in, keep that chip on your shoulder always, and you can always learn something from somebody else.
You know, I would tell my younger self, Plan B should always be Plan A. Nah, I'm joking. I love my son. Shout out to Jacob. Well,
I wanted to ask you that. How you were complaining about driving school? How much is driving school nowadays?
it's not that bad. It's like $350, almost.
That's pretty high.
See, I've been a parent for a couple years. Everything costs that money, bro.
That's what my boy said.
So it's like,
He has 2 kids. He says anything I see under 1,000, I'm good.
yeah, it really be like that. Like you like, and
That's
you know,
crazy,
that's
bro.
three. It was like what 350, 400 that I'm splitting. Like,
Okay, yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, yeah, sure, no problem. I'm pretty good. I know there's a Dominican stereotype
fact
around
about-
here, but I pay my shit, nigga. All right. I've been on time with my payments
Yeah.
every week
I didn't
since he was 2 years old.
I didn't start driving until I
Almost
was
done.
21, bro.
I didn't start till I was 18.
See, thank you. Somebody else, everybody's like, you're crazy. 16 hours, 15 and a half.
So I'm surprised he even like when I saw that I was like, bro, you're not even 16 yet. What are the fucking laws?
Yeah. Yeah.
I googled the laws. I was like, hold up, nigga. Why am I
I took
paying?
driving school at 21, and I was like,
Cause you never know, you
that was it.
someone hits you up like, hey, I need this amount of money for this. I'm like, hold up, can this nigga even go to school? Like, she ain't bullshit, she ain't capping.
That's what dealership started, bro. I would burn CDs and put them on my boy's car, and I'd be that degenerate in the back seat with a bottle of, what we used to drink, Bacardi. Dragonberry in the back.
Oh, the Dragonberry, not the
Pop this
Dragonberry.
mixing. I made this LimeWire mix, and that's probably when it started, bro. I used to come up your way and party up here at Club Tropicana, Garibaldi, all those places, bro. DeMarco's, all them places. We used to run through them places,
I was in
man.
DeMarco's and Soriano's. at
Yeah,
like
we used to run
19.
through them places, bro.
19.
Yeah.
When they used to put the X on my hand because I couldn't drink, because I was underage. That was me. So that's what you
Other
know.
places I used to go and be like, yo, here's my card. Let me get a bottle. But you're 7, like 8. Let me get a bottle. I'm 19. Okay, cool. Another thing. Tell the young DJs, market yourself correctly.
Absolutely.
Go to where you want to play. Like, don't just, the TikTok shit is cool. That's going to die out. Watch, it's going to die out. And then what are you going to do? You're going to have 1,000,005 views on a mixture on TikTok, then it's gone. TikTok almost left.
Yeah.
So how do I know you DJ? You know what I mean? How do I know? Like, what's your brand? How are you pushing yourself forward? Because I thought I was a social media king. I do not even know how to use shit no more.
Bro.
I used to get 3,000 views and likes on a flyer. Now I get like 10 views.
When we make it, I don't deal with ifs.
Love that you said when. Instead
When we make it, my first hire is a motherfucking marketing thing because I hate, bro, waking up because I have a day job. So during my day job, I have to run a podcast from my day job.
Yeah.
I'm like marketing, all the flyers, all the clips you see up. I got to put that shit. This little thing has ran 4 years of 806 the show.
Bro, that right there.
This fucking phone right here.
In your hand, that thing right there.
Magic.
It's crazy how much you can do from
I ran an entire
a
podcast.
phone now. You can run a business. You can make money. Tell other DJs too, that the young ones, what you just said. No one's ever too cool for a 9 to 5. You're not Big Meech. Like you're just like.
And he ain't even Big Meech anymore.
Yeah, nah, exactly. Like
I'm Team 50. Yeah, I will never in my life say something bad about 50 Cent on camera or mic just in case that nigga finds it.
he'll flame you.
Yes.
But like, bro, you need money to like this shit's not like my laptop was $3,000. My equipment's another like this shit can add up very fast. You're never too good for a 9 to 5 either. Like a lot of I'm a full-time DJ. Like okay, cool. Like where are you playing? Like how are you like to be a full-time DJ? Like, that's your only income.
Yeah.
Like I am a full-time DJ. I'm blessed to be where I'm at. Like by the grace of God, to be still doing it at a high level. But there's a lot of pivots you gotta make, and you gotta evolve with stuff. So you need this shit costs money, bro. Like this stuff, like it all costs money.
Oh, what you
bro.
think?
Yeah.
My favorite thing.
We have these. Like these cost money.
My favorite thing is because like maybe because the people who know me and like they've been partying with me, they've gone out. When they
I know you could party, bro. I know you can.
Oh, I know. When they walk in, I don't know whether they expect to be in like my mom's basement or some shit or some like ghetto. When they walk in and see. Right now, if you didn't know, there's 3 fucking cameras set up, pointing at, and 2 microphones, and 2 very intoxicated producers behind. No, they're not intoxicated.
A little bit.
We get the job done. We have post editing.
What are y'all drinking? What is that?
That's Buchanan. That's a big Buchanan.
Buchanan. Yeah.
Oh, you know, he's hit the Buchanan. He's hit.
We had that one. That's just like diesel. You drinking that right now?
That's what I was
That's
drinking.
just like diesel fuel, brother.
I know. I usually go with the Master, which is like the VSOP level.
One thing about that is it don't really need a chaser.
No.
It don't.
Most drinks I drink at this point doesn't.
Yeah. You shouldn't, yeah.
All right, Stamz. I appreciate you being the guinea pig and being my first guest on Sunday Conversation.
Bro. I would love to come back at a round table.
You want to? We'll put you on the park. We'll have the 806. What's your go-to sport?
Basketball.
Bet. We got another 4 months of that shit.
We'll talk ball all day, bro. You know what I mean?
All right. Well, my people will talk to your people. And I mean, by your people, I mean your fiance. That's how I'm going to book you.
Yeah.
Sunday Conversation. If you're hungover, you can go to sleep now. The episode's over. I don't know how frequently we're going to drop these. Kind of figuring it out as we go. But if you enjoy it, make sure you like and subscribe.
And follow, like, and subscribe 806 The Show.
Find DJ Stamz all over IG, wherever he's at. If you're getting married, having kids.
Yeah.
I know a lot of my fucking fans are having kids.
That's where we're at.
That's for sure.
Let me plug it. 617weddings.com.
There you go.
617, the numbers, weddings.com. That's where I'm at right now. That's how you book me through anything. Any kind of event, that's how you get it. And Instagram is STAMZ__. But Instagram is just what it is. We got websites now. We got emails now.
God. We need to get on that. We need to talk to my guy. All right. We'll see you next time. Peace.
Thank you.